Greetings, senior seminar students. This is my sign-off video for you. I want to start by saying that it's been a real pleasure to have you all in class. We had some strong in-depth discussions of some important topics. One downside to not having a final exam is we don't get to do a review of the semester. So I thought I would give you a review of what we've all done this semester together, at least some highlights for you. I want to start with the quote on the syllabus by the sociologist Pierre Bourdieu, who said, "In the case of sociology, we're walking on hot coals, and the things we discuss are alive. They're not dead and buried." And I think that our readings, discussions, and research confirmed this, right? Think back to the Flatlining book, where we learned how the neoliberal economy is affecting the availability of healthcare for marginalized groups, and how race continues to define the experiences of professionals across the health field, and how that also is divided by gender, right? That intersectionality between the two. Adding to that, the book Front of the House, Back of the House illuminated how restaurants are workplaces that continue to be segregated, and how this continues to be baked into the explicit or implicit ways that hiring gets done, such as advertising for back of the house workers in the Spanish language, if you remember that. And we also saw how this reinforces social class divisions. Even our white author of that book got promoted to bartender because he wasn't good at back of the house work, right? And in revisiting the history of Hurricane Katrina using the sociological imagination, we could see how the structural inequalities in New Orleans were exposed in the aftermath of the storm. Who was able to escape in time? Who was able to return and rebuild? You also got the opportunity to get to know the research of our ECU sociology faculty in your reflection papers, offering you the chance to think through the best choices of specific research methods for empirical research, both in the United States and abroad. So this understanding of the research process, I think, and I hope, is going to be very useful for you in your futures. Not least of which is being able to interpret the news and how research was done for articles you read or hear online, for example. Take that critical consciousness that you have learned from these exercises to try to break down what is being fed to us and whether it's solid research or not, and especially in the era of much fake news that all of us probably have fallen for at one time or another. We also delved into several key theoretical concepts that you got to focus on in your research papers, which I appreciate. The sociological imagination, intersectionality, double consciousness, the gendering of immigration, and framing social movements. Hopefully, that information will be really useful for you in your futures. We also worked on preparation for the job market, how to market yourself, such as through networking, writing your resumes with strong details about your skills and accomplishments as a student and an employee. I hope you downloaded and kept the PowerPoints from Rachel Pearce and me for guidance in future job applications. Remember, there was a lot of details there on what to do and what not to do. I may have told you that my professor once said that one typo will kill you. She was talking about the academic search process, but I think looking for typos is something that could really be useful, especially if you're applying for a job where details are important. The short videos that we all watched about the future of work, which were interesting, enlightening, and especially thinking through what automation might do to the future workplace. And we got to discuss the debates over racial reckonings that surrounded the publication of the 1619 Project in the New York Times Magazine, and how our own state, North Carolina, played a role in this controversy, as Nicole Hannah-Jones, the main author of this piece, was not initially offered a tenure-track job or a tenured job in the job offer to teach at UNC Chapel Hill, and she chose Howard University instead. Toward the end of the semester, we went global and got to know the various ways that scholars define and analyze globalization, such as the way that global cities are networked together And I think that is something that is going to continue and will need many more research projects to understand how that process is working and not working, and for whom it's working and for whom it's not working. And I hope that you found that flexing your muscles and developing your writing skills across the semester has been useful for you. For those of you about to graduate and start your careers or go to graduate school, here's hoping the best for your journey. Take your sociological imagination with you. For those of you continuing next semester, have a great rest during the break and come back refreshed. And happy holidays to everyone.